routine. Y'all know the drill. Let's run it down. Everybody having a good week? I hope so. But like I always say, if not, reflect and see what you can change to have a good upcoming week. And if you did have you a good week, period, have another one. My week was good. It was decent. It was a lot of work. I could have dealt with another day off. I have work tomorrow. Do I want to go? No. But do I love my new job? Yes. But I have y'all favorite recurring guest here with me today. And like y'all know the drill, he know the drill too. So, Mel, say hey to the people.
Hey y'all.
How was your week?
It's been good, just working.
That's all we've been doing. I'm tired of this life. I'm tired of this working life. Why can't the bag chase me? I promise I won't run too fast.
Seriously.
I might sprint. I barely run though. I might jog a little bit. Maybe I'll walk fast. I don't know. As long as it come quickly, it's gonna get me. I'll be out of breath quick. But like I always say, if you're new here, hi and welcome to Nichelle's Audio. And if you're a continuous listener, welcome back. So let's hop into this episode. Only children, if you're listening, y'all are in for a ride. Because if it's anything a sibling knows, especially an older sibling, this life is not for the weak. We're going to cover 2 points today. Sibling rivalries and arguments, and balancing not only being the older sibling, but the mini parental role as well. So Mel, tell the people how many siblings you have and the dynamics you have with them.
Well, biologically, I have 3 sisters, 2 older ones, and then 1 younger one. My relationship with them, but my older sister, like the oldest, she I didn't grow up with her, so we kind of had that long distance sibling relationship. Me and my second oldest sister, I think we have a normal sibling relationship, but we don't really see each other like that or talk like that. Me and my youngest, that's the one I'm around all the time, but that don't necessarily mean it's the closest relationship. Yeah.
Okay. So I have a total of 3 biological siblings. I have 2 younger ones, and I have 1 oldest one. And then the other younger one that I have, he is 7 years younger and stays in the room right next to mine. So yeah, I wake up to him every day. So Mel, I wanted to ask you, how do you deal with the arguments you have with your siblings? Because like I said, personally, sometimes I be wanting to knock my brother's shoulders loose.
Well, I'll be honest in saying that this is where people see a different side of me. Because the way I deal with people in general is totally different from how I deal with my family and my siblings. The only sibling that I ever really argue with is my youngest sister. And I try to deal with our arguments like, I try to let her think that she's the adult that she thinks she is. Because I feel like younger siblings just have this generation is just, they run off out the mouth, they say whatever they want to say, and it doesn't matter if you're making sense to them or not, they just say whatever they want to say. So I let her say whatever she wants to say until she gets disrespectful, and then I kind of clap back. I mean, it's all I can do.
Yes. Like me and Camaris, see, you be there for half of the back and forth. Because, see, you wait to clap back.
Yeah.
No, I'm not waiting to clap back. I'm about to get you head to head, toe to toe every single time. Because who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? Because like you said, they like to run off at the mouth. Okay, I do too. So who are you talking to when you talk to me the way that you talk to me?
Right.
So me and him, we argue like a lot because of that. And it'd be like petty arguments like, why did you leave this bowl in the sink with the cereal in it after you just seen I just scavenged through 25,000 dishes and I don't even like washing dishes? You gonna
normal sibling.
Normal sibling bickering. Like, why is the tissue from the toilet not on the toilet thing?
Bye.
Like, why would you do that?
I was that sibling. I'm gonna lie. I was.
Stop. Like, don't. I'm sorry. That is like the most pet peeve I have because I'm the one who always cleans it up. So if you're not going to clean up behind yourself, stop doing stuff that you know you're not going to clean. But yeah, me and him, we kind of have that type of dynamic. Like, what I will say is, like I said, he's 7 years younger than me. He's 13. I'll be 20 in a couple months. Well, a couple months. In a month. Happy August. I'll be 20 in a month. September, yeah. But anyway, yeah, so it's like we argued more. I honestly think that we argued more when he was younger. And which is kind of like backwards because mostly it's like as they get older you argue. Yeah. Like you argue more. But I feel like it's kind of different because like you and your younger sister, y'all closer in age than me and him is. So it's like me and him argue about petty things, and I think as he's gotten older, it's like I don't know, like he finna be in 8th grade this year, so I don't know. We still argue, like we still go back and forth about little petty stuff. As he's gotten older, he kind of loved me a little more. Like I feel like, oh, like you want to take pictures with me now? You gonna stand here and smile? Like you gonna do that? You gonna stand here and smile for me?
I would say me and mine are similar. She's 17, I'm 21, so you know we a little closer in age, but. You know, me and her are similar. We don't fight as much. When we do. But when we do. But we don't fight as much. If anything, it's just very little like I don't know how to explain it. Our banter is very like those friends who always like go at each other and say, you know, our banter is kind of like that sometimes.
So, when's the last time that y'all had a petty banter moment?
I mean, it was more so of like a little argument. I told you right the other day.
Okay.
Girl. She had, you know, a friend over or whatever, and she was smelling herself.
Not you sounded like a parent.
Yeah, she was smelling herself, and she was just, I don't know what she was trying to do, but she like came into my room without knocking.
Oh.
And that's a no-no.
I have to teach Kamaris that. Do not stop coming here without knocking.
Yeah, like, don't do that. We grown here. Like,
literally, we're adults. Like, don't come here no more.
Don't do that. I don't do it to you. So, I had kind of, like, got up and was like, you know better. I don't know if it's because your friend here, but, like, we don't do that.
Right.
And she, like, tried to, like, puff her chest up at me. And then walked away and said, what she said, like, shut the F up or F you or something. And I said, I'm not going to tell y'all, but I said that. But,
please don't tell people. I'm remembering now. The recollection is coming back. Don't tell people what you said.
Yeah, because that blew me. I don't take disrespect.
What they be saying at SpongeBob when I be coming through, and they be like, let the little beat sounds with the whale sounds when it's about to get non-PG related.
Yeah. Yeah, that was like 2-3 days ago.
Yeah, I have to teach Kamaris to stop. Look, I'm grown. I'm a woman. Stop coming in my room unannounced. But he be doing it now. I don't never go in his room. I don't want to go in there. I don't want to be in there.
That's how I feel about my younger sister room, even though she got the biggest room in the house. But yeah, I
have the dirtiest room in the house. I don't want to be in there. I don't want to be in there. But I can't think the last time me and him had an actual back and forth, cause it be so many times. But most of the time they get cut short because my mom be like, "Stop! I don't want to hear that." So we just be like, but.
Oh, you got it good, because my dad, he got to the point where he sits there and lets us, y'all, my dad called me after me and my sister argued and was like, I didn't come out of my room, so I was getting ready to knock both y'all head off. Is everything okay? I was like, yeah, we're good.
Like, my mom be like, it be so funny. It's like, I'll come out of my room, and I'll stand in front of his door, and we'll go back and forth about something, or he'll be in the kitchen, I'll be in the middle of the hallway, and she be in her room in the bed, and she lift up like God did revive her and be like, I don't want to hear that. Stop. She be like, stop arguing. Y'all just siblings. Not right now. Like, I don't want siblings. Y'all siblings. Because he be blowing me like, he dirties up the bathroom like he doesn't clean behind himself. So I think the last time was I went in there and he peed and he didn't flush the toilet. And I was like, no. That's a no-no. That's gross. Don't do that. 1, I don't want to see that. Right. 2, it makes the bathroom smell like a porta potty. And 3, why am I flushing up behind you? Right. Flush the toilet. So I told him, I was like, why did flush the toilet? And he was like, I did flush the toilet. He has this thing where he just likes to talk and say, I did this and I did that. He talks before he listens. Yeah. And the whole time he be wrong at the end and be like, stop. Stop playing with me and come flush this toilet. So we had a back and forth about the freaking toilet or whatever. And I flushed it. My mom was like, you should have let him flush it. Sometimes I just be so in the zone of being mad, I'ma just do it. But you just heard me say don't do it again.
I'm the opposite.
You just heard me say don't do it again. So, like, yeah, most of the times I be like, come do this. But at that point, like, I walked in. I was already in there. I had to pee myself. Like,
Okay, yeah.
I'm just let you know, but you just heard me tell you not to leave no pee in the toilet no more.
Right.
So, yeah, that's the last time we argued. We'll probably argue again later.
Okay.
Like, I'll probably argue with him again after this podcast episode is over. Like, but that's my boy. I love my boy.
Right. What I will say is that as someone with older sisters who has argued with them, it's totally different from arguing with a younger sibling because you are the younger sibling.
Yeah.
So it just is kind of like, me personally growing up, I always felt like I was totally different from my sister. I never wanted to argue or disappoint with my older sister, like ever. So when we did, it was always like I was the submissive one. She really had it good, to be honest. I was the one that was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to let you have it, even though I know my mouth is practiced. It's okay. I'm going to pray for you because you really abusing your older sibling power.
Nah, I'm going to pray for you.
Like, I feel like I was that younger sibling. Now that I'm a little older, when she tried me, I give her what I'm supposed to give her because she be playing in my face sometimes. But my younger sister, she has never been like that. She's always giving me a run for my money. And I guess it's because we're only 3 years apart. But she's always giving me a run.
Probably so.
And me and my older sister, we're 4 years apart. So it's just like, I don't know why she don't have that respect.
The generation.
Those few years really changed something because you can see the difference.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's totally different from arguing with older and younger siblings.
Yeah, because like I said, like my older brother, we were around each other like a little bit when we were younger. Like a little bit, but like his mom ended up moving him to Atlanta at some point in our younger age, and that's where he's been like since like now. Like that's where he at now. So like we ain't grow up around each other ever in the same household, like ever in any circumstances where we had to like argue like that. Like we never had the older sibling, younger sibling, older sibling, younger sibling, younger sibling, older sibling. Say that 5 times. Dynamic where like we fought because we wasn't in those type of circumstances. Like we didn't live in the same house. He didn't leave pee in the toilet. Like nothing like that. So we were we never had those type of situations. It was more so like I can only remember us being like close at them days before like he moved and stuff like that. So yeah, the only sibling I've never fought with.
That's great.
Like the only sibling I've never fought with. We are trying to rekindle our relationship though. Like I think I'm gonna go down to Atlanta at some point this year to stay with him and see him stuff because I haven't seen him in like a very, very, very long time. And you know, I love all my siblings. Anyway, is there anything else that you would like to add to the sibling argument topic?
No, not really.
Okay, me either. So, moving on to the second part of this episode, which is titled Mini Parental Control. So, in this topic, I would like to basically discuss, like I said, mini parental control in older siblings. Because as older siblings, it's not abnormal that we have the balance of not only being a sibling, but also basically being parents.
Right.
So, like, how is that dynamic between you and your youngest sibling as being the sibling, but also the parent?
Well, for me, we kind of had it like my parents, both of them, always had blinders on when it came to her because not only is that their youngest, but that's also their daughter. So she's the youngest daughter, youngest child. So they've always spoiled her rotten. And, you know, as older siblings, we see everything that they kind of don't see. And then they see the little things that sometimes we don't see. Sometimes they know stuff that we don't know. But I knew a lot. I watched a lot. I paid attention to a lot. And I was hard on my sister growing up because I knew she just was doing things that she shouldn't have been doing and being sneaky or whatever the case may be. And my parents always kind of acted like they didn't understand. They would always tell me, you're not the parent. But when y'all are going all day and understandably y'all working, providing for our house, y'all don't understand that somebody has to be the authority here. Yeah. And she's doing things that could be a danger or whatever it is. You know, younger siblings get into all different type of things. But my whole thing was, I don't care to be a parent to you. I care to be an older brother or older sibling to you. That's all they tell older brothers, that it's our job to provide. In terms of not provide, but like
protect.
Be there, protect. Thank you. To protect. And that's all I was ever trying to do. But I felt like I would always get told that I was wrong. But then to protect when they wanted me to. But it don't work that way. And I feel like it really ended up being a power struggle between me and her, because she watched them pick and choose when they wanted me to be her older brother. I don't get to pick and choose. I'm always her older brother. And I've done things already that she thinks she's doing. The same thing our parents tell us. And I can see what's going on. I can see you're going down this rabbit hole. I can see all of these things. So just listen sometimes. But the problem is that she never really did.
Yeah.
Because of the whole, at the end of the day, the people who have all the power are saying, well, you can be the bigger brother here. Then we don't want you to be the bigger brother here. We're going to take care of it. And then probably never really do.
Right.
Because they got other things going on. So that's kind of always been how it's been for us. But at the end of the day, I think she knows there is a time to listen to me. I've learned that about her. There are certain times in life where things happen where I never know her to shut up ever. But there are some things that happen where she's like, I gotta pay attention to him because this is just something I know he knows. Yeah. So that was until we got older though.
So like me and Camaris, I 100% resonate and agree to everything you just said, because me and Camaris just have our mind. She works her butt off constantly, but within doing that, she's rarely home because she's constantly working. So it goes back to what you said, like when you're not here, I'm here. Like I'm here. I'm seeing, I'm listening, I'm viewing, I'm paying attention, I'm cooking, I'm cleaning, I'm bathing, I'm structuring, like I'm teaching, like I'm doing all the things that, and that's not taking away from what she does. Like you do it 100%, but it's like you can't do it 24/7. And those parts of that 24/7 that you're not doing it, I'm doing it. So, but to younger siblings, I feel like they don't see it. They're not grateful for that. I feel like they just see it as like, you just here getting on my nerves. Like, it's just like, at the end of the day, you can do all this and do exactly what my mom does, but I'm still going to throw in your face that you're not my mom. Yeah. And it's just like, I'm not your mom. Trust me when I say I don't want to be your mom. Yeah. But it's like, come on now. Like, have a little bit of gratitude. Yeah. Have a little bit of respect. Like, a little bit of like, she's not my mom, but she's playing my mom right now. Yeah. Because she doesn't have a choice. Right. Like, be a little grateful. It's very hard to do, especially as an older sibling, because this isn't my job. Right. This isn't my job. Yeah. It's not my job at all. Yeah. Cause like Camaris has said, like now that he's gotten older and he's been able to be more vocal with like his opinions and his feelings and stuff like that. Like he's the only boy in the house. It's me and my mom. Like you're the only guy in the house. So like he says a lot of times like he feels like we gang up on him sometimes. And I be trying to tell him like I'm not trying to be your mom. Right. So like I do a thing where like he'll get in trouble with my mom. And I will play the big sister role because if I do one thing, I'm going to hold people accountable. I hold, and that goes for my mother as well. Like, I'm going to hold, as a younger sibling, the oldest sibling, I'm going to sit here. I'm going to watch you get into it with my little brother, and I'm going to see what you did wrong. And I'm obviously going to see what he did wrong. And after I sit here and I talk to him, I'm going to come to you like, you could have handled this a lot better. Because parents do that. As older siblings, they come to us and they're like, they complain about the younger sibling, or they say things like that, or they be like, well, you see how I just handle it? Like my mom, she's like, do you think I handled that well? And I'll tell her straight up, you could have handled it better, or no, you did not handle it well. And it's very tough on parents, especially if you have a troubled child that's constantly getting on your nerves, you're not going to be able to handle it well every single time. So it's like, the day she don't handle it well, I try to come to him and be that older sister and try to smooth things over. But they don't see it that way. They see it as you're just trying to be, like you said, you're just trying to be my parent. And it's like, I'm not. Like, me personally, I didn't have a sibling that could come to me after my mom just sat here and chewed me out. And I know how that affected me. So it's like, I'm trying to be the sibling that can come and talk to you after you just kind of got chewed out unreasonably or reasonably, but maybe could have been handled better. And you don't see that. Now you turning on me and you mad at me. And I'm just like, dang. Things like that. So I feel like that's one of the things that has like a strain on me in his relationship, is that he doesn't understand that I just be trying to help sometimes. Like, I really don't want to argue with you. Like you said, I think a big thing is we really understand where they be coming from and trying to reason with them, and even reason with our parents. Like, you don't even know that I'm helping you behind your back. Oh, like, you don't even know that I'm in here helping you behind your back. While you in here mad, I'm in there trying to smooth things over for you. They selfish. Like, younger siblings are selfish. Like, y'all are selfish. Like, they're selfish. And it's like, you too busy worried about yourself and having your chest puffed up and only thinking about you, that you mad at me. And I just sat in here and just tried to smooth things over. Like, now my mama trying to cuss me out and mad at me.
For you.
Okay, got you that for you.
Yeah, it is hard, especially because for me, because she's my younger sibling, but she's an adult now. Yeah. I think I said she was 17. She actually just turned 18. So she's an adult, and at this stage, we're dealing with other problems with her coming into being an adult, and it's kind of like she's at a point in life where she really should be listening to people like myself. I'm her closest older sibling that's doing the college thing and is doing certain things that she knows she can talk to. But my sister, when it comes to this type of stuff, without giving too much of her business, she shuts down. And that's the problem. And I don't think they understand that affects your older sibling, because we trying to give you as much as our parents is trying to give us. Does that make sense? Yeah,
it's kind of it's kind of like a triple effect. It's like how when you're a parent and you're like, I want my child to be better than me. Yeah. That's how we feel as older siblings. We've lived past the ages of where you are now. So yes, we've made mistakes. Yeah. So we want to help you prevent the mistakes that we've made. Like, we want you to be able to be better than us. And y'all just
And the crazy thing about it is I let her, the stuff that I know is like inevitable. Go ahead. Yeah. You know, have your fun. Don't bring a baby back, but have your fun. Please. You know, stuff like that. I kind of stay off of that. But there are some things that can't be glossed over in the same way, and that is your brother genuinely telling you that. Not your brother talking to our father and him telling me that I'm supposed to tell you that. That's me really telling you, like, man, you got to do better. Yeah. You know, and I don't think something's not there. Something doesn't connect, and I think that's everybody's younger sibling thing. I don't see anybody's younger sibling listening to them, so I don't know what that is, but it's a struggle.
So the next point I have is how do you think it affects you as like a person, just like even stepping out of that older sibling role, like you as your own person, how do you think growing up and having to be a second parent affected you growing up and even now?
Well, honestly, genuinely, my parents and my siblings are a huge reason and why I am the way I am. And I mean that in both negative and positive ways. But we went through a lot as kids. Not to we had amazing parents, have amazing parents. But they can't help everything that goes on in life. Yeah. So I feel like I dealt with so much personally that as I got older, for a while I feel like I mentally took myself out of the position of being her brother. Because I was dealing with so much, I didn't know who I was. And I kind of feel like when I started coming into who I was, me and her relationship got better. So it's affected. I would say it's affected me. It's taught me patience, of course. I think any older sibling can say that. Yeah. It's taught all of us patience. But for me, my journey was so different that I genuinely couldn't think about being the perfect sibling or being the perfect son or whatever it was, because I was dealing with so much. So when I kind of snapped back into reality, I was like, I'm still going to be your brother that's going to be here, but I'm not going to run my mouth like I used to. I'm not going to do what you want to do.
Yeah.
You have a car now. You're going to do what you want to do. You're dating, whatever. Do what you want to do. We're going to live our lives separately, and when we need each other, we're going to come together.
Yeah.
And that's just where I'm at with it.
Yeah.
So I would say that's what it's done for me.
Okay. Like, for me, because, like, we both have the older siblings. We both have the trouble with our younger siblings. But you and your sister are very much more closer in age when it comes to being adults. Like, she just turned 18. Like, y'all only 3 years, 3 years apart. Whereas me and mine are 7. So, like, I'm watching him, you know, obviously I'm watching him climbing and I'm watching him become an adult. And, like, you know, especially with the generations changing rapidly, like, this is going to be his eighth grade year. He's about to become a freshman in high school. You know, things that happen in high school. So I'm definitely watching and definitely waiting for my time to be like, all right, sit down, let's chit chat. But I haven't had to do that as much because he's still a child. So for me, like I said, we're 7 years apart. That's a really big thing for me because we're not working through our adult lives together, me and him. I'm trying to get my adult life together. I'm trying to get me together. It is now the time for me to start adulting. So it's kind of like still having to have a very much hold parent over him while trying to kind of like push my adultness to the front is very, very stressful. It's very stressful because it's like, for example, like, I take him everywhere. He ain't got no car. You ain't got no car. So, like, when my mom's not here and she working, or, like, if she is here and she tired, like, who got to take you everywhere? Me. And, like, who got to make sure you get up for this? Me. And who got to make sure you do this? Me. Right. And it's, like, to other people that might seem so small, but it's hard, very hard in my situation because I feel like some of the things that I am told to do for him by my mom are things that he's at an age where he can do for himself. Yeah. It is very frustrating because it's like it's a babying thing. It's like you see he's not a child, like a baby. Like you can like acknowledge that he's not a baby, but then it's like certain things that I had to learn at his age, he don't know. Why he not washing dishes? Right. Why he don't know how to do his laundry? Right. Why is he not cleaning the bathroom that we share? Right. Why do I have to wake him up at 10 a.m. so he can make it to something that he wants to do? Right. Like, why doesn't he have to set his own alarms? And it kind of makes me very like, I'm ready to go. Like you said, we've all learned patience. I be on a thin rope between patience and impatience because like I get very impatient with the time that my mom has put in between him knowing things that I feel like he should know. And it's just like, that all falls on me while I'm also working constantly, working 8 hours, working 9 hours, working almost 10 hours, overtime, in school, trying to get a degree, constantly coming up with new things in my mind that I want to do with my life. Right. So it's like, when do I have time to like push me to the front when I'm constantly parenting a child I did not have? Yeah. And I be trying to not like be ready to like jump out the nest so quickly, even though I know it's time. Like, it's definitely time. Right, we're on the same page. Yeah, it's definitely time. Because I don't want it to seem like she's just ready to go and get on her own and live on her own because she don't want to continue to, like, hear things. Like, I don't want my mom to think it's like, I'm tired of, like, her telling me stuff or having to clean or having to do this. It's not. It's just one of them things where it's like, I second parent so much and also have to, like, battle and like help myself. It's like I need my own space to do that. Like, it's hard for me. Like, yes, my room is my space. Our room will always be our spaces, but they aren't as sanctified as they used to be. So it's like I'm trying to like be in my room and get my stuff together, but then like pause on that because you got to take him here. Yeah. Or pause on that because dinner needs to be cooked. Yeah. Or pause on that because he needs to be somewhere at this time, and picked up and driven here and dropped off there and brought back here and took in there. Yeah. And it's just like, I have no problem helping because my mom busts her butt. Like, she busts her butt. I have a very, very good mother. but sometimes I just feel like I'm not understood as the older sibling and as my own person in certain situations, and that just make me like, I feel like I don't fit here anymore. Like, I feel like I don't fit here anymore. Like, I fit somewhere else on my own.
It's interesting you say that, because I feel the same way, but for me, it's more so, because like I said, I'm always going to be her brother.
Yeah.
I've kind of let go of the baby and her thing, because obviously she's older, we're only 3 years apart. But for me, I feel the same way you do, but only in the sense that I'm tired of just coexisting.
Yeah.
With my sister. Because for me, it feels like our relationship is not what it should be. And I will never, in my adult life, when I'm older and I'm paying my own bills, living in my own place, I will never live with a person that I feel that I have to coexist with.
Yeah.
I will pack my bags, break whatever I have to do, because I'm so big on my peace. But I'm living at home with my sister that I don't always see eye to eye with. And it just is like, I feel the same way. Like, I really, because as you know, I was going to stay here this year for school. But a big part of that for me was like, I cannot stay in this house for a school year, work my butt off full time as a college student, do all of these things, and then come back here. I need my own, I can't feel like I'm just here to coexist, because that's just what family does.
Yeah.
You come to a place where you just get burnt out.
Yeah.
The same way parents do, and I think a lot they don't understand, because they're so focused on being parents that they're not understanding that at a certain point as a young adult, you get to that place too.
You get burnt out.
And then it resets when you do other things in life, and you get burnt out again. Now I've had kids. Now I have a career after college. You get burnt out at different points in your life. And I think for both of us, we're at that first stage of like, we burn out from these things. It's time to move on to the next thing.
I need my own apartment now.
Yeah, I'm excited to have my own space for the time that I'll be gone.
Now.
Yeah.
Now. Like,
well, it's really not my own space, but anyway.
Anyway, we're paying for it. Ooh. But, is there anything else you would like to add to today's episode?
No, the only thing I want to say is that, obviously you know this, but I love my sister down, so don't ever try my sister. I will start and finish the war over my sister. All of them, the ones that biological, not biological, don't play with none of them.
Yeah, I love my brother down. I love my mama down too. Mama, if you listening to this, I love you, girl. I ain't trying to hate on you, girl.
Right. Shout out to my parents as well, because they really are the bomb diggies.
The bomb diggies. Like, my mama has really done the dang thing. Like, she's really done the dang thing, and she's really been through a lot. And I really be proud of my mama. But everybody got flaws. Nobody's perfect. And neither am I. Neither am I.
I'm not.
This mouth is smart. It claps back. It talks back a little bit, even to my mama. And sometimes even when it shouldn't. But, I can take accountability for that.
That's all, folks.
That's all, folks. Let's wrap it up. Okay. I hope everybody enjoyed this episode. Have y'all an amazing, amazing week.
Yes.
Mel, tell the people bye-bye.
Bye, everybody. Like she said, have a great week.
And I will talk to y'all next Sunday. Bye.